Hello and welcome to today's tutorial on creating and managing collections inside of your Shopify store. In this video, we're going to walk through the process of organizing your products into collections, which as we know is essential for making it easy for customers to find your products. And the better the navigation around your website, the more likely it is we're going to convert those visitors into sales. So let's get started. As we know, collections are groups of items that are based on certain criteria. Shopify offers two options for this, one being manual collections and the other being automated. Now, manual being as it sounds, it is simply you manually select the products in that collection, and automated being based on the different sets of criteria. So whether that's product type, tags, price, sale, all those sort of things. And we're going to start off by creating a manual collection. So as I mentioned, manual collections let you handpick the products that are going to be featured inside of this collection. So to create one, we're going to head over to products, then go down to collections. Once it's loaded, you're going to head to the top right corner and select create collection. So for this one, we're going to call it staff picks. So this is a great example of when you will use a more of a manual approach, as it might be a very limited collection. You might not have it there for so long, or it might only be a few products that it is actually easier to just manually select rather than having more of that dynamic or automated functionality. Then for each collection, you can also create a description. Now it's not necessary, but sometimes you might use this for SEO or to provide further context. So we're just going to add a little bit of context here. And for this example, I'm just going to enter a simple description. Now for this example, it's not a very detailed description, but you might have context as to a certain team member, or if it's SEO optimized, it can be relating to the key search terms for that specific product collection. Then heading down to the collection type, we need to make sure it is a manual that is selected. Now this is usually selected by default, but we're just going to double check that here. And then once you've done that, we're not going to add the products just yet, but we're going to come back to that in just a second. Now, inside of the collection, you also have further SEO settings. So if we click edit, you can then scroll down. You're going to see we have an SEO title, SEO description, and then the handle. Now, not every collection is going to be an SEO optimized collection, but you will have some that you may want to target to rank higher on Google. Now for this one, the SEO title is not so relevant because it is going to be sort of a niche collection where we're going to be, referring to it from an EDM or an email marketing campaign, not necessarily that people are going to be organically searching this on Google. But if you were, this is where you can add a little bit more context. So let's just say it was relating to our summer picks for our favorite dresses, for instance. We can then go staff picks, summer dresses on sale. Now, this is obviously a very loose example, but it just gives you an idea that you might have summer dresses on sale, or you could also have another one of top dresses for the summer. Let's say the collection is referring to the staff picks for the top 10 favorite candles, for instance. You could then say 10 must-have candles for winter. Just to give you an idea of a longer tail keyword, but we will be doing another video on optimizing your collections for SEO, so we can dive into that a little bit more then. Then for SEO description, same thing, you can expand on this, and it's a little meta description that shows up underneath the search listing on Google. So if you'd like to add this in, please feel free to do so. And then for the handle, now usually you'll see on smaller e-commerce stores, the URL handle for collections can often be a little bit funny, and they often might include things like new or copy or those sort of things. And usually that's because when they've duplicated a collection, it carries that handle over with the extension. We don't want that. We want to keep it nice and clean and simple. So here you can see it's staff picks. We're just going to leave it as staff-picks for our handle because one, we don't need it to be SEO optimized. And two, we just want it to be clean and simple and to look nice inside of the search bar there. So we're then going to head back up. And the last two things here before we add products to the collection is one being that you can add an image or a featured image to the collection. So depending on your theme and how you display collections, you can add an image in here. And then the other being if you have different templates for the collections inside of your theme. Now, not often many people have this when first starting out, but you might have a few different layouts for different sort of collections. So this is just where you can select from this dropdown if you've created those within your theme customized view. But most importantly, we're going to now add products to this collection. So you can see we've selected manual and we're just going to click save. Now, once you've clicked save, this has now created the collection. So we're going to scroll down and we can see we can now search products. Now, if you go to search products, you can now search for any of your products inside of your Shopify store. So we're just going to search for snowboard, and we can see we have a few different snowboards here. So I'm just going to select this one, that one, and this one here. And then we're going to go add. Now we can see these are all dummy products on this Shopify store, so don't overthink the product names or anything like that. But we can now see that those 3 products we selected are now visible within this collection. Let's say you want to change the order of these. Through the default sorting options, we can select a few different ways how we would have these pull through or display on the collections page. So we can do best selling in alphabetical order, price, newest, oldest, and manually. So let's just say we want to do this manually. Click that one, and then we'll be able to see that we can drag these around. So this is how you sort your collection and how you can easily structure these based on the exact order that you want them to be in. But sometimes you might keep it more dynamic and just have best selling. Although usually if you have a collection like this, which is quite small and specific, I would suggest you probably do manually for this, and you can easily just order these. But if you have too many products, this can get a bit annoying, so maybe stick to best selling, for instance. Then once you move those around, this automatically saves. So we can see that the product's been reordered and it's already saved. We don't have to do anything else here. Even if we added another product, so let's just go here and go one more, we can see the products get updated and it automatically saves for you. So don't stress if you can't click save, it's already saved for you. Now that we've got the manual collection out of the way, we're gonna go on to automated collections. Now the benefit of automated collections is it saves you one heck of a lot of time when you're managing products at a bigger scale and you have a lot of different collections going on. This is due to their dynamic nature, so you can include tags inside of the products, for instance, for sale or winter collection or summer, anything like that. And you can also reference other pieces of the product metadata, but that allows the collections to be dynamically built and always updating based on the different criteria or conditions that you've preset within the collection. So this means that as you add new products or remove old products, it's automatically going to update these collections. You don't have to go in and one by one like the manual collection and have to edit or move those around. So we're going to head back to collections. In the top right, select create collection. Then for this one, we're going to call it sale. And in this case, you might have the sale always live on the website. So whether or not you want a description to explain that, that's up to you. But this can also be, again, where people use SEO because there are often collection pages that people optimize for, some addresses on sale or if you're stocking other brands, you can use their brand name sale, for instance. That can be a great way to attract traffic. But again, different video for that one. But in this case, we're just going to leave this blank because it's not too necessary for what we're trying to achieve here. Then again, on the right side here, you have the image and theme template to choose, and also the search engine listing SEO settings down the bottom. But since we've already run through that, we're just going to go to actually creating the collection itself. So now under collection type, click automated. And now that you've clicked that, you can see we have a few more options to choose from. So from these options, you can see you can have all conditions must be met or any condition must be met. Now this just depends on how specific you need the collection to be. So one example of when you could use all conditions would be you have a collection with a specific criteria, and that could be all summer items and all items under $150. Now that collection would be summer items under $150. That would then populate all of the items that have summer as a tag and a price point under $150. Then for any conditions, you can set this up to have a much broader criteria. And this lets you create collections. An example of what this can help you to create is, let's say you have a broad mix of products that you don't have specific tags for that are relevant to the collection you're wanting to make. So how you could do this is, let's say you want to create a summer collection and you don't have products tagged with summer. You could then set the criteria to include all products that have the product type of bikini, the other being product type singlets, and one more being product type hats. Now, based on that criteria, it'll pull through any products that have one of those criterias. Then you have sort of a merged collection that now has all of your summer items pulled through into the one place. So there's a lot of different options you could do here. Another use case for any condition is, let's say you've made a few spelling mistakes in your tagging and you have some that say sale with a capital S, others that say sale with a lowercase. Now it is sensitive to capitals. So if you have made that mistake, it's okay. We can set the criteria here that you could have product tag is equal to sale with a capital S, or you could do sale with a lowercase. And let's just say you had one more that previously you had collections with the tag on sale. Now that's going to pull through any product that has one of these tags. Doesn't matter which one, as long as a product has one of these, it'll pull it through. So let's start with this. And for our sale collection, we're going to have any condition that as long as a product has one of these tags, it's going to be pulled through. So once you've added these conditions in, go up to the top right and click save. Then once it's loaded, we're going to scroll down and underneath collection type, you'll see your products being pulled through. And here we can see the 3 products that are being pulled through that include one of these sale tags. Now, similar to the manual collection, you can again sort the collections here however you like. We're going to leave this as best selling, but you can go manually again if you wanted to move these around or select from one of the other options. So now that's how an automated collection works. But what I'm just going to do is go to one more collection and just show you all of the different options that you have. So I'm just going to click create another collection. And then for this, I'm just going to type in showcase, just as I'm going to be showing you what the automated collection options are. And then going down to automated, we can now see that on the other automated collection, we only reference the product tag. Although if we click on product tag, we can then see there's a lot more options to choose from. So going through the list, you can see there's a few options here. Now, product title and variant title is where you can use the text within the product name or variant name. So if we select product title, you can see then the filtering options is contains, does not contain, ends with, starts with, is not equal to, or is equal to. Now, contains is a great one. If you've set up your products really badly, and let's be honest, we've all been there, but you know you have all of the products that have the word t-shirt. So we can just type in that product title contains t-shirt. Now that's going to pull through all products that have t-shirt contained within their product title. Now let's say you have a few different spellings and you made the mistake of typing t-shirt with the dash in there and then other times without. You can then go select any condition and go add another condition. And then again, we're going to have product title contains and then t-shirt with no dash. So now we can then create a collection of all t-shirts. Even if you have really bad product tags or metadata, you can still find a way around it with these dynamic collections. Then looking at the other options here, you obviously have variants title, which is similar, and you can use that sort of more text-based filtering. Inventory stock, you might have, limited stock left, or you might have lots of stock of certain products and you can then create collections based on that. Weight, compare at price, price. So often the compare at price and price can be great additional collections for, great finds under $150 or under $50, whatever your price point may be. That's a great filtering option. Product tag, we've covered. Vendor, category, and type. Now these all work a little bit similar, as on the product page itself, you have the drop-down options to choose there. And then for vendor, you can type in the brand name itself. If you want to see a video that goes through managing each of these fields on the product page itself, I do have a video that walks through adding and managing products on your Shopify store. And that'll help give you an understanding of how to manage the product type, category, vendor, tags, etc. So if you have any questions, comment below. Otherwise, that video should be able to help you run through each of these components. Now, one of the last things we're going to need to do is add your collection to your navigation so your customers can access it. So to quickly do that, you're going to head over to Online Store. Then underneath Online Store, you're going to click Navigation. Then inside of your navigation, you're going to select the menu that you have set up for your theme currently. So in this case, I'm going to click into Main Menu. And then inside of Main Menu, I'm going to click Add Menu Item. I'm going to call this Sale. And then you can either search or manually select the collection itself. So I'm going to click Collections. Then I can see my collections being pulled through. And I'm going to click Sale. And then add that to my menu. And then I'm going to add one more, which will be the staff picks. So I'm just going to type in staff picks. Then I'm going to go to collections, picks, add. So once I've done that, just click save menu. And then now your collection is going to be accessible via your navigation on your website. So I'd then suggest previewing your website to make sure, one, being the collections are being featured in your navigation. Two, the collections are pulling through the products as you'd like to. So once you've done that, you can feel more confident in sending out that email campaign with that featured collection or letting your customers find the collection on your website. So that's it for today's tutorial on creating and managing automated and manual collections inside of your Shopify store. If you have any questions, please let me know below and I'm more than happy to help. Otherwise, please subscribe for more and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.